But this is Strength in Numbers. Ultimately, Onda is a growth mindset for your business, but we really focus on value and how to add value to the communities we serve, but also the people that we serve. All you do is count reps, right? I feel like that's what PTs think they do. I hope to debunk some of that today, because you also give mums the strong arms. Help granddads kick the ball again. Help widows rediscover their strength. Give this dad a way to safeguard his mental health. I think if you were here last night, you'll know that this is a big thing of independent gyms this time. And I know this really close to my heart. You also really give to our economy. So these are just some facts from the government. So UK economy and some reports, 2.66 billion per year saved from the preventative measures that fitness industry does to the type 2 diabetes. 2.78 billion saved to the NHS because of the depression prevention. And £22 billion a year is the cost to the UK economy on ill health. So the stuff that we do in this industry saves our economy so much money. Then there's the market. You've got 8.8% revenue growth year on year in this industry, 11.5 million memberships. 1 in 6 over 16s have a gym membership, which also mean 5 in 6 don't. So we can still grow much, much more. Laws change dominate the members. Like we hear a lot of people go on about how Pure Gyms just moved in down the road and it's going to nick our members. And yes, they do not dominate members, but they don't dominate the value. So your independent gym sector is still doing a large part of the revenue per member and getting more value. Then the activity. So I'm from private equity background. And the activity for me is people that are looking to invest in this industry, people who are looking to buy and build. This industry is recession resilient. It might not always feel like that when you're in it, but ultimately it's still growing even when we're in recession. It has high growth potential, as I just said. There's 5 in 6 people still without a gym membership. And there's a strong ESG at core because we are helping people be fitter, live longer, have better mental health, which is all really attractive to investors if you know how to badge your business up. So you're more than reps. Like, I truly believe it. And you need and deserve better support. We are accountants and we really want to help this industry do better. So you're not doing it wrong. You just need someone to show you how to do it better. Onda Group, we build legacies, not just limited companies. So we really, really, really want to help our people build something that lasts. Kieran is my co-founder, qualified PT, and a chartered certified accountant, which is AAT and ACCA. Like, you won't necessarily know all this, but there's a lot of accountants in the market that are just AAT and haven't then gone on to get their chartership. Kieran's chartered certified and is a qualified PT, which means he can speak your language much better than I can. He understands your world, but he also speaks numbers, keeps compliance at HMRC, don't come knocking on your door day in and day out. He loves a spreadsheet. And then there's me. I'm a chartered management accountant, so as Kieran does compliance, make sure you're tax compliant. I look at your strategy, your vision, and work out how we get you from where you are to where you want to be. I am also AAT, but I'm CIMA rather than ACCA. I also have an MBA with the University of Manchester, and I'm a business strategist. I also work as a fractional CFO in other industries, so I can nick what they're doing and bring it to this industry. And I'm a growth specialist, and I really focus on vision and legacy and how do we build you something that you are so proud of. This is our ethos. We're business leaders first, subject matter experts second. We don't gatekeep. We find that a lot of accountants pretend that you don't need to know this information. We actually want you to know it so you understand your business, how it works, the levers to pull, what to stop, what to keep going. And ultimately, we drive the ethos to create value in what we do, the products we serve, and also the people that we serve. So what needs to change for you to prosper in business? We are hearing lots of people with cash flow issues, tax bills that they weren't expecting, members retention being hard. So this is what needs to change. First of all, we've got data stuck in the past. You look at data or your accountant and they are giving you information that was 3 months out of date, sometimes 12 months out of date, sometimes 18 months out of date. Like, you don't need that now. And it might look pretty in a dashboard, but it's still data from 2 years ago. Blueprints that tell you all you need is more clients, shiny new things, and everything will be fixed. Again, they just kind of increase your headache. You've just got more people to build relationships with, more people to look after, more drama in your doors. So yeah, we don't really subscribe to that. And accountants that wait for you to ask the questions. They will happily answer your questions, but you need to know what to ask, and you don't necessarily know what to ask. So yeah, your crystal ball might be broken. And how this plays out, so these are the kind of clients that we see quite a lot. We've got the do-it-all Sally's. She can do it all. She has a full gym. She has zero time. She's doing the cleaning. She's doing the programming. She's running her classes. And she just wants to take her kids on holiday and can't because there's no one to run her classes. Then we've got the perfect Peters. They have all the data. They've got all the expertise. They're not running the classes anymore. They've got people in. They've got absolutely no fucking cash. And they're contemplating a return to the gym floor just so they can try and make some more money. And then we've got the business savvy Beths. She's built it, she owns it, and now she's like, do you know what? I want to move to Costa Rica. I want to sell my gym, and I want $1 million for it. But she doesn't actually know how to get her gym from this thing to £1 million. Steph Godin, someone I admire, said many, many years ago now that data is not useful until it becomes information. And I agree with this, but I also think there's another step after information where data then becomes valuable. And I'm just going to use Lego bricks to break this down because numbers do not have to be scary. They can be quite playful. Data. We have some Lego bricks. Information. We have equal amounts of Lego bricks. So we have equal amounts of blue, green, black, and yellow bricks. Value. We just ran an ad campaign to get some more blue bricks in. It cost us 200 quid. But we didn't get any more blue bricks to all the other bricks. So it would suggest our ads aren't doing what they should be doing. Unless last month we had one Lego brick, and actually it has worked, but it just gives us a bit more value on where we need to look at and where we're focusing. These are value drivers that a lot of investment look at to do with your data. So if you were ever looking for investors to come in so you can build more sites, build your business up. These are the kind of the acronyms in the business world that you may or may not have come across. So you've got CAC, LTV, and ARR. Cost of acquisition, your CAC, which is also a ridiculous acronym, is how much does it cost for you to acquire a new client. So it's how much has all your advertising, your marketing cost you, and how many clients have you got in, and how much is that, and is that increasing or decreasing over time? Your lifetime value, Dan Aguilera yesterday was on about your lifetime value as well. What is the profitability per client over the lifetime that they're with you? So it's not just how much they've spent on that first time, but if you can retain them, how much are they being per their whole time that they're with you? And annualized recurring revenue is it growing? So investors will be looking to be seeing like, are you flatlining or are you growing your business? And if you are growing your business, if the industry is growing at 8.8%, are you overperforming the industry, flatlining with the industry, or are you actually below industry? So if you're growing 4%, they'll be like, oh, actually, you could probably do a bit more. Rain. This is our ethos. This is what we do in our business. And it's how we take clients from under that rain cloud that feels really heavy and start making it rain. Really shit analogy, but you'll remember it. So our training plan that we do with all our clients is we reset. So we reset the vision and your data. We look at what is it that you're actually trying to do, and we just baseline it, like what is it that we're doing. We then analyse that data. So we're looking at your data and your strategy. Does your data align to what you say you wanted to do? How do we then change it? We then improve it. We look at your processes, your systems, the value drivers within your business, and then we normalise it. We want it repeatable and consistent, and that's how we then get that train going to make your business better. So in practice, this is what we did for the Sallys, the Peters, and the Beths. We reset the data. So with Sally, we understood her fears. We put things in place to support her. Her ultimate was she did not want to lose control of her business. She was so scared that if she put someone else in, her business would fall over. So we really understood her fears and really started to support her in that. Peters, we lifted the lid on their cash flow. We spoke to HMRC for them. They were really scared of HMRC. They didn't want to speak about a payment plan. They were just like, well, just ignore those letters and they'll go away. Of course, HMRC do not go away. So we rang them and spoke them for them. And Beth, we looked at her data versus her story. So she wanted £1 million. She was telling us, oh, my revenue is this, and this. But she had no data to back it up. She didn't know how to find that in her system. She kind of knew it because her bank was rolling, but she didn't have the data. We analysed it. So Sally, when we analysed her data for the hours she was working and the money she was taking out of her business, she was actually paying herself below minimum wage. There was no wonder she felt so ridiculously burnt out. The Peters, we showed them they had subscriptions for members that no longer use their gym. So they were still paying for, I think it was My Zone, for people that didn't even work in their gym anymore. So we stopped that subscription. That was costing them £5,000 a year. And Beth, her data was showing holes to the data. So her data had gaps in it, which investors don't like. So we had to work out how to build that data back in so then she can show the full story for the last 5 years and into the next 5 years. We improved, so for Sally, we registered her for VAT, so she was really scared to hit that VAT threshold because that meant that everything was going to get even worse. And we showed her that actually that means that you can put people in place, you can charge a bit more, you can get some more members if that's what you need. And she recruited some coaches because we showed her that actually you can afford to do that. HMRC payment plan, agreed, cancelled needle subscriptions for the Peters, as I've already said. And then for Beth, we pulled together a KPI suite that tracked the data, so she could actually see that story and the data, and they both aligned, so we weren't telling a different story to what the data was telling. And then we normalised it. So for Sally, she's now paying herself a living wage, she's took her kids on holiday. Things are looking a bit nicer than they did 12 months ago. Peter's are sleeping at night, they've opened a second site because they actually got the cash flow sorted, and then they could get a loan, and then they've kitted out a new site. And then Beth's on a 5-year exit plan, so she can't move to Costa Rica next year because that data wasn't there. So we're now building it out for the next 5 years, but she has a 5-year plan to get out of that business. So this is us. We're Onda. There's a budget, I don't know how much you all know about HMRC and the government, but there's a budget on the 27th of November where there's rumours that the tax elements for the UK might change. We're going to be doing a webinar for independent gyms only, to take you through what it means for this industry. So lots of accountants will be talking about that. The QR code takes you to the place where you can sign up for that. There's another QR code. Sorry, you're about to get 3 QR codes. Next one is a discovery call for us. It's a 30-minute. If you scan that one and put your details in, we will then be in touch to book a 30-minute discovery call so you know us, we get to talk to us a bit.